Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another kind of full custom video. I know I haven't posted one of these in a while, but we're back to it. And this one is actually another sequel or slash remake of one of my older videos. Recently I did a sequel or more like the remake to my SpongeBob video because, the only reason I did that is honestly just because it was a pretty popular video, and for some reason I still get it's still the most viewed thing on my channel. That old SpongeBob video, even though I posted the new one. The new one has objectively better figures, but I just don't. The world keeps on spinning and it's whack. But this one, the original video, it's not a popular video, so I'm not trying to milk you guys. Don't worry, I'm not that much of a sellout. I'm not gonna tell you my sub ratio or anything, because why would I do that? But this is the Norse mythology video, and I was a big fan of the original one because I just love Norse mythology, and I thought it was a really neat idea to remake kind of Norse mythology characters. And in the last one, there was someone in the comments. I should have looked up what their name was, but in the last one, maybe I'll put it on the screen. But they corrected me. I said Loki was the adopted son of Odin, which is technically untrue. Loki was actually it was the blood brother of Odin. So that was a quick correction someone made. So thank you very much to whoever made that correction. And I'm pretty sure that's true. I know. I know a good amount of Norse mythology. I might mispronounce some of these, but Norse mythology is one of my favorite mythologies of all time. So first off, who should I show off first? I want to save some of the better ones to last. So let's show off, actually, here first, I'm going to show off some of the animals. One of them. This one, I just made a cow. Hold up. A cow with a little ice. Just pretend this is the closest thing I get to ice, with a little iceberg. I just recolored the other. That's it. That's literally it. The reason I just did this real quick was this is a reference to, I think, the creation of the world. And the creation of, I think the first beings was this cow was just licking this ice. I need to cut my nails. This cow was licking this thing of ice, and it revealed a person or something. It's something like that. Incorrect. Yeah, I'm gonna do this so you don't have to see my nasty nails. You got a little pointer, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just make you suffer. But yeah, that's just that's the cow. So yeah, that's just a quick little reference to the creation. The creation kind of the world. Some other characters. Let's see. This one, I'm not too happy with this one, but I kind of like it. This is a mimir. I think this is mimir. Yeah, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong with any of these names. I'll just put it up. But this is mimir. He is him in the MCU. He's the one blind guy, I think. Yeah. He He guards the Bifrost in the bridge to the Asgard with the Bifrost, the rainbows. So here I gave him his big horn because his horn uses to warn when Ragnarok is coming. So the way I made this is I got the little bull horn, and it's on and it's using one of those big microphone speaker thingies. I don't know what they're called. But he can't actually position it to his mouth, unfortunately. It's a bit too awkward to position. I guess you kind of can, but not in a good way. The hairpiece, it's a recolor. Oh, God, I need to get rid of this thing. See, I think I only gave a few capes. So I gave this guy a cape, that kind of hobbit torso, and that hair is just a recolor of what's the guy's name from the Lego movie? That one guy. Holy guy from the guy from the Lego movie. And then he has the little band around his head. So yeah, I mean, pretty simple, but I like how it turned out. And I'll explain elements of the character design I decided, because like I said, there's no set version of Norse mythology unless you're looking at the MCU version of Norse mythology, which is very different than actual Norse mythology, and I'll get into that a little bit. Here, I just made a quick frost giant. This one's just completely purist. Some of those rock pieces with the quick, just frost giant thrown together. You know, just wanted to create a quick one because, yeah, that's basically it. Used some Ninjago pieces, some Shima, and some Nexonite pieces. So a little bit of all those good Lego original, you know, properties. Let's see, who else do I want to show off? I want to save that for last. All right, let me show off. Here's another important one. This one is Frigg. This is Odin's wife, Frigg. I can't think of anything particular she's in. I just wanted to throw in some female characters. Frigg, this was originally going to be a different figure, but I made this Frigg kind of last minute. She uses that one cape. They use a cape from the CMF. What's it called? It was the Harry Potter CMF. The torso is, I recolored just one of those. I don't know where the torso came from, but I really like this hairpiece. This one was also from a CMF. That hairpiece kind of makes it look very, kind of warrior-esque. And all the gods in Norse mythology, there isn't really a god of like one thing. It isn't like as straightforward as like Greek mythology, where it's like the god of ocean, the god of whatever. It's kind of just they're there. So, yeah, and also you can't have Odin's wife without. And also, by the way, even though this is Odin's wife, it's actually technically not Thor's mother. So actually, Thor has a different mother that isn't Odin's wife. So that's an interesting thing. I think Thor's mother is actually a giant, which I just learned that out when doing some research for this video. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, let's put that. And let's show off Odin. So this is Odin. I really like how this one turned out. And you can compare some of these to the older versions, because you can go watch out that older video. It's not that great, but you know, it's pretty cool. This Odin, it's a bit different. I used the same head from the original, but I gave him the helmet and also this beard. Now this is actually mostly purist. The only thing that isn't purist is the head print, where I covered up the eye with some hair, and the beard. Even though you could make this purist, because that beard does come in white. I just don't have it in white. I just recolored it. This helmet is from Hobbit. The leg is actually from torso is from Hobbit, but the leg is from Thanos, from the Thanos mech. Gave him Odin's spear, which, if you don't know, this is a spear that he could actually throw, and it will always come back. I think it'll always hit his target. I believe the spear was made by either the same dwarves that made Mjolnir, or a similar set of dwarves that made it. But so yeah, that's an interesting little fact. Here I gave he has a raven. This doesn't really look like a raven, to be honest, but it's a recolor of the falcon from the phoenix from Harry Potter. But I thought it looked. I mean, it doesn't really look like a raven that much, but I thought it looked cool. Maybe it's like a really cool looking raven. But no, I mean, it doesn't look that accurate, but I think it looks really cool, so that's why I kind of gave him it. And also, speaking of animals that Odin has, I didn't give him his wolves, but I did give him his trusty steed. Hold on. Yep, his trusty steed, an 8-legged horse. This was kind of a pain to make, not gonna lie. I had to sacrifice another horse for this. Rest in peace. Now I don't like how, I don't think the brown really works for Odin's horse. Maybe like a white horse or an old black horse would have worked better. It looks more kind of like pristine, you know, when it's all one kind of unified color and isn't brown. Maybe I don't know. I don't know horses that well, but this horse was, like I said, it was kind of a pain to make. And the plastic for I think it's a pretty old horses. The plastic was extremely brittle, so I used green stuff. I'll make sure like a screenshot of what it looked like when I first put the legs on. But like I said, I had to like tear the legs off and then, you know, like sand it down and then put some green stuff and some glue to kind of put it in place and make it all fit in there. But I made sure to keep some of its posability of a horse, because I think horses are pretty posable compared to other Lego animals, like the Lego deer isn't that posable. The cow is, but I think the horse is one of the most posable. I think like the jaguar and stuff. So you can still position his head up and down. Just it's a bit limited because of this leg. Also, the hind legs can't go up, but like I said, it's a bit limited. So you can still have the hind legs go up. The back legs, I think, do look a bit awkward, sticking out like that. Because you just kind of got the legs just sticking out. And this one is at a bit of an angle, but I had to do that. But, I mean, like, how do you make an 8-legged horse look natural? Like, that's impossible. And it's just kind of weird. So, you could, I wish I had the little... I think I know I have that, like, saddle piece, but I don't know. So you could put Odin on top of his horse if you wanted, if I had a saddle piece. Another little tidbit of the horse. This horse is actually, this is a good transition to show off Loki, because this horse is the son of Loki. And if you're wondering, how does that work out, a horse? Well, Loki, fun fact, can shapeshift into basically whatever he wants. So, he shapeshifts into a horse. But not only can he shapeshift, he can also change his own gender. So, physically change his own gender. So he became a female horse. And then got boned by a horse. And then this happened. Norse mythology is rad, my guy. This is amazing. I posted this, I think, in a Discord server, and Potato Mean was absolutely shocked at the fact that Loki got boned by a horse. But, you know, that's just life, man. It's just what happened. But I like how this turned out. It was kind of a pain to make, but I'm satisfied. And like I said, this transitions well to Loki, another figure I made in the original video. I gave him, actually, this apple's the exact same. It's the apple he steals from, God, I need to turn my notifications on, from, I think, Idum, Idum. I'll show the name in just a second. Hold up, just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to turn off my Discord notifications. It was kind of going crazy. Probably should have done that before I started the video, but whatever. Here is Loki. Like I said, it's mostly, some things have changed, some things have stayed the same. The torso and legs have changed. I gave him a bit more purple all around, just to kind of, I don't know, thought it looked cool. Kind of purple, make him look mischievous. The apple he steals from, I think, Idum, I think is the name of the god. The goddess who has these golden apples. I think of, they make you younger if you eat them. So fraternity apples. That's pretty epic. But Loki, I changed him up a little bit from his original design. He has a new head print. It was originally the head print for one of the Ninjago characters in the kind of like video game form. The hairpiece, I used the same one as the original. It's the Joker hairpiece, and I repainted that red to look better, and I also gave it kind of a dry brush of orange, kind of give a bit more flair to it. But using the Ninjago torso, kind of got a dagger in there. I thought that would fit for Loki, and yeah, so you got Loki, the father of the horse. Now, I was thinking of... Now, I couldn't make Loki's other children, which Loki's other children are Fenrir, the giant wolf, and, the world serpent. What's his name? I don't know, the world serpent, Fenrir, and also Hel with one L. But I wasn't going to make a giant snake, maybe, because I probably should in the future. Let's show off. This is Thor's wife. This is Frigg. No, Sif. Her name is Sif, I believe. Sif here. It's just this one's pretty simple. Got some purples in there to contrast with the gold hair. Now, see this gold here. This is the Wonder Woman hair. Just repainted gold and silver for the tiara. Now she has gold hair because, well, she just does in the mythology. That's why I actually made it legit gold. So I kind of interpret that in a way where it's fully golden hair. And yeah, so this she has golden hair, and also Loki, in the mythology, actually, I think. Let me. No, I can't take it off. But Loki, I was gonna make a whole gag. Loki shaves her head at one point, and Thor kind of gets all triggered. So that's actually, I think that's why the dwarves made Mjolnir, because the dwarves were like, all right, we'll make the hair. While we're at it, we're gonna make this really cool hammer as well. So nothing much to see besides just dual molded kind of arms, and she's just supposed to. She's not really. I don't see she really does anything besides being Thor's wife. But I just wanted to make her, so because why not? There are probably some other more important gods, but she has some distinctive figure, something that's distinct about it, which is the golden hair. And I was thinking of making some other gods, like Balder would be an important one because he's really important in the mythology. But I mean, it's nothing really unique about Balder besides that he's supposed to be like really handsome. So yeah, there's that. But maybe I'll make Balder in the future. Last but not least, let's get the main attraction, Thor. Yes, Thor. I'm really happy how this one turned out. Unfortunately, still has the back facial print. You can't cover that. But this one from the original, I used the same hairpiece as the original, even though I'm pretty sure they described Thor as having long, flowing hair. I wanted to be a bit unique and just try the shorter hair. And also, like I said, my reasoning stays the same of why he has the short, kind of up hair. It's because if he's, the god of thunder, then he has a lot of static electricity. Then his hair would probably be going up. So that's kind of why I decided on that. Other than the hair, everything else is new except the hammer. The hammer is the same. And also, I made it somewhat different from the MCU kind of hammer. But I made that way shorter than the original. Like, my nails are nasty. I should have cut my nails. I know someone in the comments. I think Mission X is gonna go in the comments and say, "Bro, your nails nasty." I'm predicting it right now. He's gonna say it. But see, you got the hammer, and I made it way shorter because I feel like everyone interprets this like incorrectly. Where like in the MCU, they make the hammer length like make this length of the hilt way too long, when in the mythology they explicitly say that, like, I think a fly bit one of the dwarves' eye, and he accidentally made the hammer length way too short. So that's why I try to make it shorter. And maybe they could be saying that it's short for like a two-handed hammer, like it was supposed to be two-handed, but he made it like one-handed, but still pretty long. But I don't know, that's a valid way to interpret the story, but I think the hammer should be way shorter than it is. That's why I shortened it, just so it could fit in his hand like so. He has the belt that gives him strength, and I think his gauntlets on each arm that also I think give him more strength. The original torso was an Aquaman torso from the CMF. Just recolored it instead of the silver bits. I painted brown, so it kind of looks like a little shoulder pad thing. It kind of reminds me of Kratos' shoulder pad from the most recent God of War, and I think it looks pretty cool. Like so, you can see the back also has that on there. But yeah, I'm really happy. I think this figure looks really badass. And yeah, also one other thing is a lot of people. Now, if you don't know this, in the mythology, right, Thor, and in the MCU, right, Thor can only lift his hammer because this is why I love the mythology a little bit more than kind of Marvel Thor. In MCU, right, Thor can lift the hammer because he's worthy and has some magical properties like that, right. In the mythology, right, Mjolnir still is kind of has some magical properties, right? It has all the electric stuff, and if he throws it, it hits his target. Whenever he always hits, right? Never misses. The difference between the mythology and the Marvel is that he is the only one that can wield it, right? But it's not because he's like worthy or something, right? It's because the hammer is so goddamn heavy that literally no one else can lift it. That is just amazing. Like I said, it's just so heavy that no one can lift it except him. And he, like other people have lifted it, but it's been like several people, right? When the dwarves first made it for Thor, like I said, it was several people, several dwarves had to lift it up to Thor. And like I said, he can only lift it because of his gauntlet and his belt. But still, I mean, like, think about how swole this guy is. Literally, no one else can lift it except him. Not because he's worthy or nothing, because he's just so goddamn buff. He's just so buff. That's why I love the mythology. That's something that's really badass. And there's some other cool things about Norse mythology. Go do some research on it. It's really cool. So that's why. Also, if Lego did a theme on Norse mythology, because they're doing a theme on Monkey Kid, which is obviously based off of Monkey King, which is another kind of Chinese mythology. And I'm really happy with that one like mountain set, because like I said, that's ripped directly from the mythology. And like I'm a sucker for mythology. So if they do some more mythologies, maybe even just Greek mythology, I'm a sucker for Norse mythology. But any other mythology, if Lego would do stuff with that, I would be very grateful. So, yeah, if you guys want to see another part of this, I doubt you guys would, because I mean it's a very niche subject. But I really liked it. I'm mostly just making this video because I love Norse mythology. And if you guys love Norse mythology, tell me just that you love Norse mythology, because I think it's great. Also, Night Bricks, if you're watching this, you're a Chad. Like I said, I posted the horse in the Discord server, and Night Bricks instantly knew where it was from. And like I said, he's a Chad. Go subscribe to Night Bricks. I'll leave his channel in the link in the description. But just have a nice day. Watch Rango. Go read a book on Norse mythology or something, because it is really interesting. Just learning about this stuff. And the Pantheon was way more confusing than I thought it was originally. So there's some really neat stories you can find from Norse mythology. I wanted to create some more figures, but this is all I was able to do. So yeah, and ciao.